Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwadler, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have the great pleasure of speaking with Mitchell Edwards. He is a principal at the Alexander Group in Chicago. Welcome, Mitch.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me on.
You're an expert in AI, and AI is really very, very hard, and a lot of people are confused. You can tell us a little bit about the state of the art. Where are we right now? In what phase of AI? And what do you see in the future?
And so where we categorize where a lot of our clients are when it comes to using artificial intelligence for their commercial organizations is in this stage of still experimentation at this point. There's definitely some early leaders that are doing some pretty transformative use cases around artificial intelligence with ambitions to actually automate a lot of the revenue flow. But I think most people are still in this test and learn phase. There's really only about 1 in 5 companies that are actually using some use of artificial intelligence for their teams, but a lot more were coming very quickly.
Let's talk about pipeline management, lead generation. How is it used right now?
Lead gen had the highest expected impact from a productivity standpoint. There's a couple areas where we're seeing AI being used to help enable those roles. One is the whole idea of personalized content at scale, right? Think of the time it takes to craft a meaningful message to a potential contact at an organization. And so where we're seeing a lot of use cases around artificial intelligence for lead gen roles is in that, how do we create that personalized content at scale? And it might be something more basic, like leveraging a chat GPT or a Claude or one of the other large language models to create that content. But there's also vendors in the space that offer kind of more scalable tools to generate hundreds of messages at a click of a button, as an example. The other big part for lead gen roles is the idea of prioritizing which accounts to go after. And so a lot of companies are building these machine learning based algorithms to help prioritize which accounts are those attractive ones to start targeting from a lead gen perspective based on real-time events that are going to affect them.
What are the concerns about accuracy of that Gen AI information that you get on prospects?
Most of what we've seen so far is there's still a person involved. Most of the companies we've spoken with, they're not blanket sending out mass messages, 100% developed by AI and then sent out without that content. A lot of that still has the review process to make sure that we are sending that right message to the contact.
Let's talk about the customer success side of the house. How do customer success managers use AI right now?
One that's more tried and true, particularly for CS, is the whole idea of machine learning to develop customer health scores. And so that's one where we're taking as many inputs as we can from how a customer might be engaging with us, using our products, how they explore our website to uncover maybe other offerings that we might have. But the whole idea is the more information that we can load into one of those machine learning based algorithms, we can get smarter around predicting those customers that are hopefully going to be long-term, high value customers with growth opportunity, but certainly on the other side, make sure that where we do have customers that are at risk that maybe aren't getting as much value as we'd want out of our solution, that they can take some proactive action to follow up. Another one, how they can help enable the customer success managers is just the topic of knowledge management. And so in a lot of cases, teams have data that sits in different places within an organization, or you need to refer to a specific troubleshooting guide when it comes to support, as an example. And what we've seen is some of our clients going down the path of applying that generative AI layer over their knowledge management system so that with a few keywords, you can quickly get those insights out of those files rather than a more manual process to go and dig into what you might be looking for.
Should there be a chief AI officer in the company?
The approach that we've seen work most successfully so far is it does need to start with executive sponsorship. And what we're seeing is it does start with that executive sponsorship. One, just from it's going to require a level of investment to implement some of these tools. 2, you want to make sure that the project has enough momentum behind it, that it's actually going to be seen through to closure. And so what we've seen is a lot of organizations, if they don't go down the path of a chief AI officer, as an example, putting together a focused team with cross-functional stakeholders to make sure that they're exploring what are those AI use cases across the organization.
How many tools can you identify in the space, very narrow space of sales coaching? How many AI tools are on the market today that do that?
I would imagine it's in the hundreds, to be honest. And that's, I think, the reality of it's very fragmented at the moment. Where we'll see evolution within the coaching tools, I think, is others that are in the space already will start making strategic acquisitions to, again, bring some of those adjacent AI use cases into a more comprehensive solution.
Thank you for sharing this really fascinating information. Where can people get a copy of your report?
Head to thealexandergroup.com. You can find a copy of our AI research. We've got a number of different series around this, whether it's more targeted on the marketing side, the sales side, or even sales compensation professionals, and much more research coming out towards the later end of this year as well.